We got a London derby to talk about. We got a Merseyside derby to talk about. And we got a Manchester derby coming up to preview. Also, Spons is back. This is Foot and Mouth. Welcome back to Foot in Mouth, to the viewers and to Spons. Sponzy.
Hey, Spons, you've been busy.
Yeah.
Good to have you back, bro.
It's good to be back.
You're out here putting rallying before ball, bro.
It's my first love.
Fair enough. That's actually fair. That is fair.
But I woke up this morning, brushed my teeth,
Mhm.
text my hose, and
Oh,
decided
are
to
we
do
the
some-
hose?
and decided to do some foot and mouth in it.
Nice. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yes, they're saying that you texted the hose and then
Yeah.
follow that up with foot and mouth.
Yeah.
There's room for interpretation there, brother.
Go
Yeah,
for
so
it.
you
Go
said-
interpret.
you said
Interpret.
footed mouth.
Interpret.
Listen, we got some news going on in the world of football. Currently going on. Ethan, you were saying Tonali. Currently in discussions over a 10-month
So we all know what
ban.
happened with Tony.
Yeah.
He gambled a lot. He got banned for how long was it?
He got banned for, I think it's 12 months, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah,
it was longer
but
than,
he
like,
al-
he's
he
literally
also-
coming back after Jan.
He also had a lot more cases than Tonali, and I don't think Tonali and them did that much gambling.
But
But,
this happened when he was still at Milan.
yes, that is
Yeah.
worth looking at, because I think there is talks now that Newcastle wants to actually fine AC Milan because they feel like it was their responsibility.
And they obviously didn't
What?
disclose any
Do
information like
we
that
know
in
what
the
betting
transfer.
companies this month?
Well, look, technically, we work for a betting company, so let's not get any of them involved in this. But apparently, him and like two other Italian dudes were all like betting on games. Apparently, they were betting in games they weren't playing in, though. So,
Yes.
that's one thing. I know it doesn't soften the blow.
Tony
that
was
much.
betting on games that he was in.
Yeah. So I think all three of them, the talk is 10 months ban, which seems a bit hectic. Eh?
I'm so sure that Fagioli, whatever his name is,
You
said
can't call
that
him
they-
that.
You can't say.
And it's Fagioli.
I'm so sure that he said that there were more players in the Italian team than just the ones that have been identified.
Is it?
right now,
I just
yeah.
remember one of them telling a story about how Tonali was the one that introduced them to betting.
Nah, bruh. Fagioli, I'm gonna stick to it. Okay, he's going full Takashi 6ix9ine, bro. He's snitching. He's snitching. I don't think he wants that 10-month ban. He maybe wants a 7-month.
I think 10 months is hectic. I think it's a bit too harsh.
I don't know, bro. I think that when you consider how Ivan Toney's ban was, 10 months is.
Ivan Toney's
Yeah,
like
but
10 times worse.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, betting is betting. Like, they clearly have a scale of it, and I'm at least happy that it's not like you can't just let them get away with it. Like,
No, for sure.
You
You,
know
can't
what I
let you
mean?
can't let them get away with it. But 10 months.
and I'm
dude.
sure, surely it's 10 months paid suspension, probably, bro.
Yeah, but I'm more so. I'm like, you've kind of fucked Newcastle, bro. This is their brand new signing. They spent a lot of money on him, and it's not their fault that he
Well,
did this.
technically,
So I did-
technically, he fucked Newcastle.
Who broke the news? Like,
There were investigations that
so
were being
was this
done.
investigations ongoing when the signing?
I'm
was
not
made?
sure when
think
they
so.
started, but there
Because
was a
then-
big probe that happened
because
because
then
I
you
know it was when. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I know
Yeah.
it was when they were on international duty because Tonali and Zaniolo, they both got sent home from the international squad, and they obviously had Euro qualifiers coming up. So
Yeah.
that was when I first heard about the investigation. It obviously started before then, but I think that's when everyone kind of found out about it because those two players were pulled out of the team.
Because you can literally say it's bad, like recruitment.
Yes, for
Or
sure.
I guess, yeah.
For sure.
Or
If you bought
or
someone that there was an investigation,
Newcastle just didn't do their homework, properly.
Look,
Yeah.
but how much homework can you do? You know, like this dude is probably just betting on his phone on the side. You know what I mean? Like,
On top of that, he probably would have been keeping it
No,
very
but that's what I
close to
say.
his
That's
chest.
what I'm saying, like, he was keeping
how
the
long
show-
is the investigation ongoing for?
I think recently. I think it's
Yeah.
very recent. I don't think any of this was being talked about while he was still at AC.
Yeah, probably not, bro. Because he would never have got that move to Newcastle.
No, never.
He wouldn't have got that move to
It's
Newcastle. And
just-
then again, everyone was surprised by that move and how no one else was interested, So maybe Newcastle on the phone with AC and they did tell them, and then Newcastle were like, "Yo, we actually don't care, bro. Like we just
Nah,
want
but then
to
they
be
can't
here."
want to come with suit.
They can't, yeah, you can't want to sue them now.
Fair enough, unless they just committed to the bit, Unless they committed to the bit, but I mean, it's gonna hurt them. It helps Arsenal. Then we have an Arsenal versus Newcastle game coming up soon. So on the field, it helps us. Off the field, it doesn't help anybody.
Look, I mean,
Because
we
you-
saw
I think
Tonali play last night in the Champions League. He came
Yeah.
on.
That
yeah.
is true. That is true.
Commentary did say this is probably his last appearance for the club
For a while.
for 10 months or whatever. They said.
That's how look. I mean, like I said, on the pitch, I'm happy, but off the pitch, I think you're gonna see more of this start to happen, bro. The more players are that are found out, the more people are just in the thing to investigate players. Bro.
I personally don't think there's something terribly wrong with betting on games that you aren't involved in. You know what I mean? Like
I
if you
guess,
just
but
if
you
you're just
never know.
betting
You
on
never know who you have on that team that's a friend of yours. You know, like you could influence the game. Any game that's being played, you could influence in some way, whether you're part of it or not. And it'll be so hard to prove or disprove that. Just don't take the chance. Just don't bet.
for sure.
Just don't bet.
But I'm just mean competitively with like Tony. I think 10 months is a bit too much, especially considering the number of bets and the fact that he wasn't even betting on his own games. He wasn't match fixing anything.
I get like I said. I mean, we obviously don't know. I just think that you just probably shouldn't bother doing it, bruh. Why take the chance? And I think now that you're going to see all of these suspensions start to come up, like you said, 10 months is a bit harsh. I'm pretty sure you're not the only person that thinks that. And I'm pretty sure that there are players that also think that. So you're going to at least get less betting, I'm hoping, I'm assuming. I don't think betting is anywhere close to the top of biggest problems in the world right now, but in the world of football, they really care about this shit, and I think that people should just stick to the rules, man.
Speaking of,
Just stick to the rules.
another team that is apparently breaking the rules is Everton. So
As if they had any more problems that they needed.
I know.
Bruh.
So they've been done in now for financial fair play breaches. Which, firstly, what the fuck happened with Man City's 115 of them? So let's leave that for now.
At least City won at something. Stuff. Not
Stuff.
something.
But
They've got silverware.
they won
But
quite
that's
a big
worse
They've got
though, Spots,
silverware.
because now they won the treble in the league where they were being investigated for
Yeah, but I'm
fucking
just
FIFA.
saying, like, obviously Everton has been spent. I assume they've investigating that they spent money
They've spent a
that they haven't
shitload of
that
money.
they haven't made
Yes.
like
Yes.
through the business of football, like prize money.
Yeah,
slash
exactly.
whatever. Yeah, yeah.
The homie at work, Neil was telling, shout out Neil. Neil was telling me that there was a big thing. I think Tifo Football did something where they really showed how screwed Everton would have been if they were actually relegated last season, because they
Yo.
cannot afford. They literally can't afford to get
Yeah, the
relegated.
club would have been
Like literally. So I wouldn't be surprised. I think last season they went for broke on players, literally, apparently. And it didn't work out. I think their plan was to at least finish higher up the table, get some more money from the league placing.
yeah.
And they are paying for it now, bro, because it didn't go that way and results have gotten just worse.
I mean, they're kind of already in a relegation fight, and we 9 games in.
Exactly, bro.
I think if it's true, the talk is a 12-point deduction. I think if Everton lose 12 points, they're gone.
They don't come back from that.
I think they're gone.
I
dude.
think
Yeah.
even Luton does better than them. By
I
the
think
end
so
of the season.
too. I
Genuine.
think if they get the 12 points hit now, I think they're on like -2 points.
Yeah, bro.
So
Let's
I-
not even talk goal difference.
I think Everton. Firstly, I do want to look at Man City. I don't know how the fuck we talk about Everton and not Man City. They've been
Bro.
charged with how many charges? I know that
Bro.
there's sure you can argue maybe they're still looking into it because there's so many.
Nah,
But
but you would have heard that at least.
Exactly. The focus has completely switched now to Everton, which okay, I guess sure, but I'm sure it's not on the same level as Man City at all.
Even Chelsea kind of cleared their name when you consider how much money they made off player sales. Everyone was
Yeah.
like, obviously, myself, we've been through this. I was annoyed they made as much money, but they did make a lot of money in sales.
No, they did, and also Chelsea's a big club. Everton is not a big club. So, hey, I'm just going factually right now. Although I think Everton has major history and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck history though, and fuck your 12 points because I think Everton's done. I think their season's done.
And Sean Dyche is done.
I think he's done too.
He's
Yeah.
well done, bro. He's well done. They're going to be begging to get Lampard back in again. Not as an interim, just as a full-time manager. Because who's going to want to touch that club right now, bruh?
Yeah.
That's what you give for selling Iwobi. That's what you give for selling Iwobi. Made no sense to let go of
They
him.
should have sold him to Saudi and made some more money.
Damn, bro.
And then in more news, we've got Alejandro Garnacho. He has tweeted a picture,
And then? Untweeted.
deleted the picture. Because the picture he tweeted was a celebratory picture. Onana, we'll get into it.
Wonderful.
He did save a penalty, and
That
the
sounds
picture,
nice.
the
That
picture
sounds
was
wonderful.
It is wonderful.
That sounds great. Ethan.
Until
Where's
you
the
read the
controversy?
caption.
What was the
What
caption?
was the caption?
2 gorillas.
Oh.
Like emoji.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you did a Ray Ray.
Seems like it's a little bit of a racismo.
Oh.
So I look, obviously,
And that's friendly fire.
A little bit of Ray Ray on a Thursday.
That's friendly fire, bro.
do you think it is racist or is it just?
I weirdly...
Did he think the ape signified
the
something
fact that
else?
he deleted it, that's P funny.
Look, the fact that he posted makes me think that unless there's some really deep-seated beef there, bro, I don't think that there was anything malicious behind it. In his mind, he could have just been complimenting Onana's build,
Strong as an
his
ape.
physique. You
Yeah.
know, like for all we
How
know,
many-
that's what
how
he
many-
meant.
two
He's
gorillas?
Argentinian. You know for a fact English is not his first language.
Why is it only 2 gorillas?
I don't
not
know.
1 gorilla, not 3 gorillas.
That's a good. It's actually a good
Why?
question, Sponsy, because there were multiple people in the picture.
Yeah.
Maybe he was
And-
stressing just how strong like a gorilla Onana is.
I think he's being a Ray.
Yeah, I look.
You
It's,
think he listens on Raycons? He's not you think he's one of those?
He's on that GTA shit.
it's so tough though. Obviously, they are somewhat friends. They play for the same team.
That's what I'm saying. Unless there's some deep-seated beef that people aren't aware of,
But-
and he decided to literally just go postal.
But
Can
we,
take Onana to the jungle. Maybe he's saying something like that. Like that's so bad.
it's a
bro.
bit hectic. Look, we all know the racist undertones that have always been aligned with fucking gorillas and shit.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that much.
It really doesn't. And I think Garnacho, he should have known better. Obviously, English isn't his first language, but I think gorilla being racist is universal at
He
this
should
point.
have known
I think
better. I'm fairly
the
sure
emoticon is.
he's probably been one of those that have showed support for like Vinicius Jr. and stuff. Like the association of gorilla and black players in football is
It's a
very
known
noted.
thing. Yeah, it's a very known
Very
thing.
noted.
So the talks are now that he might get some kind of ban.
Look, I know we got smiles on our face, on our faces, and we're laughing. We don't condone.
No,
Ray
we don't get
No.
that. Not at
No,
all.
no.
Not at all.
But a little Ray on a Thursday is a bit funny.
Yeah, it's a bit
Well,
funny.
when it's friendly fire, because I just can't understand why you would make that caption with your own goalkeeper, your own teammates, your own. It's and you know what?
Imagine you put a gorilla.
You don't make this
emoticon
worse, Sponsy.
And then like a passport also. That would
Oh.
be insane.
Don't make this worse, Sponsy. Although, look, maybe we can take some
So
of
I'm saying
some
it
of the
could have
heat
been
off of him.
worse.
Yeah,
Could
no,
have been
fair.
worse.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't do
Sponsy's
that.
right.
You know,
It
Man
could have been
United are
worse.
keeping that man away from all press conference tables for a while.
Well, I hope so.
Like,
are we talking about
literally.
Onana or Garnacho?
But keep Onana away from the table.
No. I'm talking about Garnacho.
Dude, we might have to delete this podcast after that.
It was actually nice to see Onana and Maguire
Redemption
getting on quite well.
Starting.
Yeah, let's get into that. United did we won past two games
Started with Sheffield.
in the Premier League and the Champions League. We've won our games. That's a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, starting with the Premier League. First of all, rest in peace, Sir Bobby. Bobby Charlton. Man United legend, Premier League legend, England legend,
Football legend.
Obviously, very much before our time.
Yeah.
So
So we can
I
appreciate
think you need to
the.
clarify
Yeah, that's
that.
what
We can appreciate the OGs.
I know absolutely, like I know next to
Yeah.
nothing about Sir,
But we
Sir
know
Bobby
we
Charlton.
know we should care.
I just remember seeing him sometimes when Fergie was there.
Yeah.
I saw a bald dude
Yeah.
and they would say, hey, that's Sir Bobby.
Yep.
And then, but like I know the Busby Babes.
The Busby Babes. Yeah.
He was a
Only
big part
player
of
to
that.
ever have a stand named after him, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that United, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, no, there is.
There's
Is
no
he
other
the
player.
only one though?
Yeah, there's no other player. there.
Damn.
Hectic.
I mean, you
Well,
got the Alex Ferg, but he's not a player.
he's not a player. And
That's true.
he's a major. But yeah, Sir Bobby, rest in peace. And hopefully United can turn things around in the wake of his loss, starting with the Premier League game against
Yes.
Sheffield United. We did win the game.
Yeah, but it wasn't as comfortable as you'd like. Yeah.
No, it wasn't comfortable at all. And neither was I, to be honest. But so we got against at the time this game was on during the rugby. Shout out to the box.
Shout out to the Springboks, yo.
So a lot of the focus was on the rugby,
Yeah.
but I was
And the cricket for
I
that
was
matter.
fuck the cricket. I was watching the
Just with the cricket was sick.
Well, when we
slapped
who did
them,
we
boys.
beat?
Slapped them.
Slapped England. Same
we beat
day.
them, bro. We beat them on same
We
day.
almost
in two
a
different sports,
historical
and
defeat,
they
brother.
colonized us.
Yeah,
that was
take that.
They literally taught us the sport to be beat. So,
Take that, England. But so yeah, it wasn't a great game. McTominay,
Hero.
what a man.
what a man.
Hero.
What a man! Look, he does. I was saying from the start, he deserved to play based off of his games
You
the
did.
last 2 weeks,
You did say that.
and he played and he scored a goal.
Yeah.
I think the goal was good. I think we honestly need to turn him back into a striker because we play him in the mid. He does fuck all in the mid, and then as soon as we put him as a striker, he
Goals.
somehow scores goals.
Goals, brother.
And,
And he only comes into striker role in the clutch.
Exactly. I mean, the game before this was the Brentford game where he came on in the 90th minute and,
Yeah.
and fucking scored.
Clutch.
So McTominay is kind of our best performing goal scorer right now, which is very weird to say.
Shout out to Hoyland's hold up play though, bro.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's
that
good.
man is fucking.
No,
Definitely.
his hold up play is good. His link up
His
play is good.
overall play is good.
He's a bit too raw right now. Like
He's finishing
to me, it's kind of
slightly-
similar to Darwin Núñez last season. He gets in the spots. He plays well. He's just a bit too raw.
Yeah.
His finishing isn't quite there. But look, a win's a win. We beat Sheffield United.
Yeah.
We should have. Bruno had a very shit game. But the fact that McTominay scored, we did want to get rid of him,
Hey.
and now he's our fucking top goal
We
scorer.
don't talk
Yeah,
about
and it took him 3
Bruno.
games.
Took him 3 games. And then we also have to talk about Maguire.
Yeah.
He's been having good games too.
Yes, he has.
A lot of people hate fucking Slabhead. I was not the
What was
big.
the celebration? He did something like that.
What did he do?
He did
Was
something.
he making the shape of his head?
Of his head.
Yeah.
He's gonna need a lot more space than
Yeah,
that.
there's a picture of him doing it.
But I think he again, much like McTominay, based on form alone, he should be starting games.
Yeah. If
Um,
you're talking centre backs, he's probably first name on the team sheet.
100%. He's got an assist in the Sheffield United game.
Mm-hmm.
Then in the Brentford game, and then he scored a fucking goal in the Champions League fucking
Yeah.
2 nights ago.
Yeah, and it was a good goal.
In the
I mean,
come on, Sponsy.
no.
He got his head
I
there.
think it was more the cross was just fine.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
fair enough.
We
fair
can
enough.
praise the cross
Picked
as
him
well.
out, picked
But
him out.
still,
We
you
can
got
praise
to
the
put it
Nah,
in the back of the net.
You
bro.
got to put it in the back.
You got to put it in the back of the net.
But yeah,
And when you
it was on
consider
a plate.
who it is that finished it
It was
off,
on a plate.
It was
on a plate.
definitely
It was
on a
But
plate.
great that he was there
Yeah.
to eat that plate.
fair
for-
enough.
And
bro.
Nine off the plate.
I again think, based on form, this man has to keep playing.
Yeah.
Like, whether you like him or not, on form alone, these players deserve to play.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a redemption arc also?
Bro.
I think there's a few people who don't
Look,
like
as an
Maguire.
Arsenal fan especially, I love one dog.
Nah, it's just funny, man.
And then also we
It's
got
not-
it.
It's not Maguire in general. If someone else starts performing like he was and constantly gets picked, we chilled. It's
That's
not.
true.
It's not actual hate. I mean, I'm talking about the outside as banter.
As
Like,
banter, yes.
like,
I think
it's
there's
not-
a
it's
few. I
not
think there's a few people
when it
that
got to the
actually
point
hate
when
it.
people were like, they were bullying him. I think that's from actual United side.
Yes,
It was very internal.
Because we don't give a fuck about you, Maguire. It's,
No,
just,
look,
it's just funny to watch
yeah,
a player
bro.
fucking from
to
United.
be
fucking
fair, though, I still don't even think Maguire was that bullied. Obviously,
he wasn't.
he was targeted, yes. But again, you centre back for England, you centre back for Man
No,
United.
it was
You're always
worth-
going to get.
It was worth. I mean, the criticism was
deserved.
Yeah,
No, I think so too.
and I blame like the men who keep picking him. Like what the
yes,
fuck?
yes, the managers.
Yeah.
The managers that played him and insisted on playing him.
The thing is, though,
And then-
when it
and then-
comes to England, that's a whole different story. Clearly, Southgate just likes this guy. He
Yeah,
just,
look,
he
I've always
genuinely
felt that
just likes
he's a
him.
good system player.
Yeah.
In the right system, Harry Maguire is a top defender.
In Southgate's system.
Mm.
Yeah. Whatever that system. Well yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Maguire would also do well in like a Mourinho system.
Sure, yeah. If he play a low line, yeah, he'll do
I think he'd
decent.
do well in something like that. That's why when he was linked to Chelsea, I was like, that'll be solid, bro.
We do have to touch on, he did score a nice header, and then McTominay had given away another penalty in this game. So that's 2 games in a row where he's given away a penalty.
Yeah.
Trying to hard.
Yeah,
Bit of a blip on his recent performances as well.
that's the thing. You can't just take in the goods. You have to take in the bads
Of
as
course,
well. And
of
sure,
course.
he's scoring goals, he's getting assists, but I mean, 2 fucking penalties in 2 games. It's
Yeah.
kind of bad. Luckily, though, Onana finally stepped up, finally proved why we spent 50 mil on this dude, and he saved the penalty, the last shot of the game.
I honestly would have bet money on him to not save that.
I would have too.
100%.
I would have too.
100%.
I think that I saw a lot of like Rio Ferdinand, Patrice Evra. There were a lot of former United players saying like you gotta back these players, even if they start doing shit. And I think that Evra specifically highlighted Maguire and Onana. You have to back them, even if they have shit
bro.
games and they have no form. You have to back these players.
You're not doing them any favors, letting them feel the hatred and the anxiety and shit. I understand it's hard to keep at bay because we are human and we do have every right to express ourselves, especially when it comes to sports. But in football, bro, it's such a passion-driven sport. Like, if players feel that love is not there, that support is not there, like, it's going to show in the performances. You know what I mean?
But when you're playing that shit,
I get it.
You-
That's
you
why I
have to
said
be-
we've
you
got
have to
every
be
right
called out.
as fans. We've got every right to vent and to actually, like, call them out. But obviously some fans take it too far.
yeah,
some
some
fans take it way
some
too
fans
far.
definitely take it too far.
But in the climate of today, because of fans taking it too far, I think all the more reason just to be liquor towards
Yeah,
the
be
players
liquor,
for
yeah,
your
be
clubs.
liquor, guys. But I think Evra and them are recognizing this. Obviously, they've been
Yeah.
in the same situation. They played for United. Obviously, it's tough. So they understand that you do have to back them. And case in point, Rashford. He's been playing so fucking garbage. And a lot of United fans are turning on him. But there's no other option.
Yeah.
Maguire's got the same amount of goals as him.
Wow, Sponsor, you sound like a Rashford hater right now.
No, I'm just.
You sound like a hater.
Is that
Sponsor.
not true?
Yes.
Ah,
But it's about the context, okay?
yeah,
It's about the context. Maguire also, I think a lot of the time,
played a lot less games than him. Yeah.
that's the thing. And the games he is being played in are super easy games.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
being played against Sheffield United. He's being specifically played in easy games.
Yeah, yeah.
Rashford, there's no other option. As shit as he is, we have to keep playing him.
Fair.
We saw Garnacho come on in both games. He's good again though. He's still too young. He's still too raw. We saw him in the Copenhagen game. A beautiful pass. I think it was from Bruno or Delo. They pass it to him and the man overruns it. He basically runs the ball out. We saw Rashford do the same thing.
You saw it happen. That was weird. Whenever United were going forward, it was like just at the end, they just did too much.
Which always seems to happen. United in the final third is a complete circus. It's like players don't know. There's no structure. They don't know what to do. Like you watch other teams play. Like you watch Tottenham play. They get the ball to Son up front. Son does his thing.
Yeah.
You watch United play. It's like, who gets the
anybody's
ball? Yeah,
guess.
we're playing hot potato with this ball until Rashford gets it,
Yeah.
and then he's gonna shoot no matter where he is. I think we do need to start looking into. I'm actually open to putting Martial on the left there.
No?
Remember when Martial used to play on the left? Remember that?
He did.
I'm kind of open to that again. He's fit from injury. We only have Højlund as a striker. I'm saying we turn McTominay into a striker and we turn Martial back into a left winger.
Call Ten Hag, bro.
Yeah, I might have to make a call on this.
Call him.
This is another 2 games now where United have fucking scraped out a win.
Yeah.
No matter who we play, we make it a fight. It's the weirdest shit ever. I think both games, possession-wise, were like 50-50. And these are like at Old Trafford, bro. We are not playing. Copenhagen was a guaranteed win before the season started.
Teams are taking you on, bro. They're not scared of you.
I know, but how do you change that?
Play better.
Listen,
Be better.
final thoughts on United before we move on. Take away from those 2 games.
Honestly, nothing. For the past, like I've been hoping for the past 4 games I'd be able to take something, but honestly, every United game we get, it's a scrape.
Yeah.
It's a grind, and I can take absolutely nothing out of it. I can't even take the wins out of it.
Yeah, I know what you
Like
mean.
it sucks.
It was like Liverpool last season, bro.
No,
Like
exactly.
Every game was like, fuck.
Yes.
No.
Until we got to that last bit of that run where you could actually see some momentum, which we now carried into. this season. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. You can't. The result, the performance is nothing
There's nothing
to take out of the game.
My biggest hope is Liverpool last season. The fact that they started off so shit and by the
Yeah.
end were able to.
That's kind of a blueprint.
I'm hoping that United can at least at some point near the end start winning some home games. You know what I mean? Maybe we can get something. But as far as I'm concerned right now,
there's a lot. You guys are up against a lot more though.
Yes.
Especially with your ownership thing. Okay, look, the whole Jim
Yeah.
Radcliffe is a little bit more positive now with
Yes,
him taking control.
at least there's something.
But yeah,
Yeah, some's better than nothing.
he's way up against it, to be honest.
Which gives me very little hope. Which is why I say I take nothing from these games. We've got City now coming up. I'll get into that.
Luckily, City's not so hot right now.
That's it's a good time to play them.
But
What did they do against Young Boys, by the way?
I think they beat Young Boys 3-1. I think
3-1.
they So City had a Champions League. It's Young Boys though.
Yeah,
Who
but
gives a
that's
shit?
not much of a morale booster, bro.
We do have to. City they did lose against Arsenal.
Yeah.
And they did lose against Wolves.
Yeah.
So
They lost 3 in a row in all competitions.
So City are not looking
And
great.
Brighton pushed them in their last game.
Brighton pushed them.
They did.
I mean, yes, they won. Like, the scoreline was shows that it was more comfortable than it actually was, I think.
Yeah, but
Because the final score was like 3-1.
No, I think it was 2-1. Yeah.
Oh, it was 2-1. It was 2-1. It was
It
2-1.
was close, bro. Like Brighton were pushing them. They weren't like comfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is honestly what you hope for playing against City.
And they even got unlucky with Welby coming off early in that game.
Is he injured?
I think he came off injured, yeah, because Evan Ferguson came off from the bench in the first half.
That's gonna be tough for them.
So yeah, I wouldn't write you guys off for that game.
I wouldn't either. United do last season we saw it. Even when we're doing shit, we seem to perform in like a big derby game.
Yeah.
And like you said, City aren't the best, but City do have Rodri back now.
That's true.
Like
Oh,
he was such a big difference for
Yeah,
them missing.
He was a big difference in the Arsenal
And
game.
also we saw in City's last game, fucking Doku. Dude, this dude is genuinely better than Mahrez.
I
bro.
done said, bro, when they announced this signing, it was a genius move on their part, bro. It was genius. Nobody saw it coming.
No, nobody did. You can't count United out, but golly, it's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna say it's embarrassing, and I am gonna say United pull a fucking 2-1.
2-1?
So that Trafford.
Yeah, no, actually, I'll see now. I don't think it's at Trafford.
At the
though,
very
to be
least,
honest.
you have a little bit more faith in Onana going into this game.
Not much more though. He did make a couple good saves. It is at Old Trafford actually. He did make a couple good saves, specifically 2 good saves in the Champions League game.
But like that penalty, knowing that he won the match, that's going to do wonders for his confidence, at least.
Sure, and hopefully that makes a difference. But I'm not so scared about Onana specifically, just more so the midfield. I think United's midfield has been absolute shambles. Casemiro's not on it. Amrabat as Casemiro's replacement is been very average. He doesn't get a lot of help. Honestly, our best midfielder the past couple of weeks have been Eriksen.
Yeah. That's very true.
And now, like, that's not a fucking... That's not a, like, I love Eriksen, but that's not a massive
compliment. It's like a bit of a
compliment.
pattern with you guys. Like, you start, like, moving away from a player.
That's very true.
And then the player that you're going to trust starts underperforming, and you go back to him, and then he performs.
Exactly. We saw the same thing with Pasaka. We saw the same thing with Luke Shaw. You're right. It is 100% a pattern where as we're about to start letting go of a dude, he automatically becomes our best player. I mean, McTominay as well.
Yeah.
Maguire as well.
Yeah.
So I think... and in the post-game interview, Ten Hag did mention balance. Paul Scholes spoke to him about trying to balance that midfield. And I think we need to start doing something with Mount.
Yeah, you have to. You spend too much money on him to have him as a bench
65 mil
warmer.
for this dude.
Spend way too much money to
He
have
has
him
to
as a bench
fucking
warmer.
play. I'm sorry, dude. Like, whether we have to bench Bruno or put Bruno on the wing or something, Mount has to start
figure
playing.
it out. You got to figure it out.
So, with that being said, the mid's not been that great recently. For the City game, I don't know if Casemiro is back. Even if he is, I probably wouldn't do it. I'd probably go Eriksen, Amrabat, and I guess Mount, eh? No,
Well,
and
you calling for him to
and
get
You
Nice.
can't start him, bro.
I know, eh? That like it's tough. But I mean, at least you know Mount. He's got legs in him. He'll run
But you
around.
can't start him. Like, it doesn't work like that.
McTominay.
No, not McTominay. No. I love McTominay, but and I know he scored goals, but he has other than the goals he has scored, he has not been that good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't play McTominay. I would play McTominay over Eriksen. I would play McTominay over Eriksen surely for physicality.
legs,
yeah.
Exactly. But if I had to choose between McTominay or Bruno or McTominay or Mount, I'm taking the other one over McTominay.
Yeah.
I think, dude, Højlund, he's good. He's good, but he's just missing fucking shots that he should be
He's
scoring.
still too new. He's still new.
But
Simple as.
he's our only
He's
option
young.
though.
Yeah, but he's not going to get better unless he plays more. You just got to play.
So yeah, I guess he's in. City's gonna be tough. City is City, but
Yeah, he's a physical presence.
I
if
don't
anything.
think we get embarrassed. I'll say 2-1.
Nice. I think that's fair. 2-1. I will go also 2-1 United, not going to lie. I back United at Trafford. What do you think, Spons?
3-1 City.
3-1
3-1
City.
City. Spons going against the grain. First prediction since he's back, and it's already...
Yeah, he's
A
putting it in the
shocker.
hot seat.
Damn, bro. Alright, let's move on
That's
to
not
Arsenal.
much, that's not much of a shock. I think it's safe.
I think it is. You're right, but as a United fan, I don't like those words. Swansea.
I know.
I don't like those are fighting words.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to Arsenal. Arsenal started things off in the London derby against Chelsea. One that we looked like we were going to lose until like the 75th minute or something. That was a bit of a crazy game. That first half was the worst football
Yes.
we have played.
That was
in
terrible.
years.
Yeah,
I
on
think
all
Chelsea
accounts.
just played.
No, Chelsea.
Oh.
I'm not taking anything away from Chelsea, but that's why I think at the end of the day, the reason the draw feels like a win is because our worst performance of the season versus their best performance of the season ended in a draw.
Yeah.
That's and it was away from home. You know what I mean? I like as much as I wanted that win, bro. Coming back from 2-0 down at the bridge,
Yeah, especially that late in the game.
bro. And when you consider like Mudrik's fluke goal, absolutely fluke goal.
Hey, look, I'm if we're calling that a fluke goal, I'm calling Decker's goal a fluke goal too.
No, Deckers wasn't. It definitely wasn't a fluke. What Deckers was lucky in a sense of it was curling enough to possibly go out right at the end, but he knew full well what he was doing. Mudrik was going for a cross, brother. That was
Yeah.
not a shot.
Yeah, he was going.
That was not a shot,
Yeah,
bro.
it's definitely
Deckers
a
went for a shot at the very
It's a
least.
fucking
Yeah, he did
chip,
go.
a chip
That was
from
a-
there, never.
He literally
Definitely
scored
a
from
cross.
a terrible cross. It was a terrible cross.
Or was
that
it a very,
ended in
or was it
goal.
a very good
No.
shot?
What it was
Huh?
was a terrible cross.
What's the difference?
Terrible cross that ended in a goal. And look, it looked like a lot was going against us, and we were our own worst enemies in that match. But the fact that we came back from 2-0 down, bro, like,
I actually think David Raya was Arsenal's worst enemy.
yes, he has been our worst enemy in the last maybe 2-3 appearances
Yeah.
of his.
I think after this, Ramsdale starts, eh?
I don't think so. I think Arteta is literally committed I think he's committed. I think if ever there was a time to switch him out for Ramsdale, it was the Champions League game that we're going to get into. But he didn't. He's still stuck with Raya.
Yeah, he did stick with
I
him.
think
So
that
what is the
Arteta-
policy? It's 5-5 or couple of games.
Well, look,
or,
you know what?
how's the
I think the
rotation
real,
working?
I think the real tell is going to be after the next international break, because that's when he made the first switch. You know what I mean?
Okay.
International break, he made the switch, and then he said everyone's going to get a run of games. So in my mind, if you're working on this from an international break to international break perspective, until Christmas maybe, and then by Christmas you go, righto, you number one. Maybe that's what we're going to see, but we won't know yet. I would have started Ramsdale against Sevilla. But in the Chelsea game, yeah, like it wasn't the best showing from Raya. But at the same time, that is the type of, like, I can't blame him for conceding that, in the sense of that's the type of goalkeeper he is. He comes off of his line because he's a forward-thinking goalkeeper. But it's just unlucky in the sense that it was a shit
But your
cross.
backline had like anxiety the whole game, bro.
Pretty much that as well, yeah. It seemed a bit odd.
It
I
was
mean,
like-
Saliba he still gave me enough confidence. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
look,
even though he did give away a
did give
penalty
it
as
was a
well.
very weak
But that penalty
though.
was just in
Very-
today's age
yeah, it was
penalty.
a very
It wasn't
weak
like
penalty.
a wow, what a penalty.
Yeah.
But I was happy to see them come back from 2-0. I told Ethan while we were watching it, even at 2-0 down, I told him we're not losing this game, bruh. We are not losing. I never let that go.
Speaking of I did predict this would be a draw.
You did predict that it would be a draw. I predicted an Arsenal win, but yes, bruh. Look, that draw feels like a win. And then we obviously took that confidence with us into the Sevilla game. I was pretty nervous coming up against Sergio Ramos. I haven't seen Arsenal versus Sergio Ramos before. Luckily, it's end of his career, Sergio Ramos, so we could handle it. He wasn't nearly as beastly as he usually is. So it was a good win for us, man. Very good win away. It was one of, I think before we lost to Lens, I would have said that Sevilla away was the hardest
Was it
game that we had in
Martinelli
this
and
group.
Jesus that scored, huh?
Yeah, bro. Jesus man of the match, brother.
Jesus got
Assist
a
and a
nice
goal.
goal.
A really good goal. Brilliant assist, brother.
Just to touch on Jesus again, he did get fucking decked in that Chelsea game, man.
Yes, he did. Sorry,
And
that
that
is
should have been-
true.
that should have
That's
been a
some more
penalty.
VAR nonsense.
should have
I
been a penalty.
absolutely believe that should have been a penalty.
It's exactly the same thing that happened with Onana and
In the
Wolves
Wolves
a
game,
couple
yeah.
games ago. And everyone said that should have been a penalty. It
Yeah.
wasn't given, though. So at least there is consistency that this wasn't given.
That's true, but now I'm more scared than ever that people are going to latch on to, hey, if you're a goalkeeper, you
You
are
can-
a
you can just-
bulldozer
yeah,
and
you
you
can-
can get away with it. He
as
didn't
long
even
as
get a
it's
yellow,
in the
did
box, he got nothing.
he? He got nothing, bro. So that was nonsense, yeah. But he had what a game. He needed a game like that against Sevilla. I think the fans needed him to have one like that as well, because I mean, after the Chelsea game, all that talk started to bubble up again about, Arsenal need a new number 9. We need a proper.
Yeah.
And I agree, but at the same time, when you have a striker that offers as much as Jesus offers outside of goals, I think you can kind of allow it, bruh.
The
He
thing
doesn't
is,
need to score 25 goals. It would be nice if he could.
If he's offering that much outside of goals, then there needs to be someone there to pick up the goals then.
And that's what Martinelli and Saka are there for.
But the thing is, they're not always going to be there. Like, we've seen the past 2 weeks,
That-
both of them
that
were
is-
injured.
That is true, and I agree. But at the same time, when they're injured, we've got Trossard, who was a match hero in that Chelsea game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we've got enough rotation. The problem is, I mean, even Nketiah, because again, you could play Jesus out wide and Nketiah plays down middle.
Well, that's what they've been doing.
Yeah, we've done it. And like, that's the luxury of someone like Jesus. My worry is that he came off injured in the Sevilla game. That's my big worry. There's a lot of talk that he's only going to be back after the next international break. Because it was a hamstring type of injury. So that's a bit nervous, especially after the game that he had, bruh. Like, whenever he puts on a show like that, you are reminded of why Arsenal bought him, why Arteta was
He was
so
also the
dead
one to
set
score
on
the
this
goal in
guy.
the City game.
He was also the one to score the... Dude. No, Martinelli got the goal. The deflection.
Are we talking about Martinelli?
No, I was talking about Jesus.
Oh, shit.
Jesus
Well,
came
the
off
two of
injured.
them.
Jesus came over. Oh, yeah, Gabriel, bro. But no, that Sevilla game for me was huge. Like I said, going into looking at the group, I think that was the hardest game for us. We obviously lost to Lens, but I think I also very much underestimated them. When you take into account how well they did last season, domestically at least, they did obviously command a bit
I
more
don't know.
respect.
It's fucking Lens, bro.
Yeah, but like I said, when you consider what they did last season, and that was also their first time back in the Champions League in over 20 years. Arsenal, we lost to Brentford in their first game in the Premier League for Lord knows how long. It was such an occasion. Like I said, football's a passion-driven sport, bro. Players can pull up with amazing performances out of nowhere just based on the occasion. You know what I mean?
True, but there's also times when a team should win.
100%. And you can
against
say
Lens,
that
they should have
you
won.
can say that they should have won there, but we can say that we aren't on that pitch. You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell was going through. Those Lens players may have been feeling like prime fucking Ronaldinho, every single one of them, just because they were like, bro, we're back in the Champions League, wearing this badge in this stadium. You know what I mean? So I don't. And again, everyone's entitled to a bad day at the office, but it's still our only loss of the season, so I'm not holding on
No,
to it.
it's still
Now
good
that we've
season.
got Sevilla out the way, we just got 2 more home games left, so I think we can comfortably take control of this group. We are still top of it. And yeah, man, it's a lot of good to take into this coming weekend, because this weekend we've got a very easy game in the Premier League.
Sheffield United.
Sheffield United, and where is it at, Ethan? It doesn't even matter actually when
It's
you
at
play
Ivory.
against Sheffield United, bro, because like all due respect to Sheffield United, like Ethan
It
said,
doesn't
there
mean
are
it.
some
You don't mean
games.
that. You
There are
don't
some
mean that.
games that your team should just win, and we should win. This is at the
Yeah,
Emirates.
with all due respect, there's some games you should just win. In fact, with all due respect.
Well, no, I say with all due
respect.
respect because these are professional
No, you
footballers,
say
and I
that-
can never do
You
what
say that
I
because you hear the other
can't.
men on the TV.
I can't
say
do
it.
what they can do, brother. I don't need to hear anybody else say with all due
I'm not
respect.
gonna lie, I'm pretty sure I can do what McBurney's doing at Sheffield.
McBurney.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do what McBurney's doing. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm
Listen.
pretty sure I can do what Fotheringham's doing at Sheffield.
Arsenal versus Sheffield United. Like I said, Jesus' fitness is a bit of a question mark on it. But regardless of who we field at the Emirates, I think it's a 3-0. I think it's a 3-0 Arsenal.
Honestly, yeah, 3-0 too, eh? I mean, fuck. It's Sheffield United. They looked good against United, but who
3-0
doesn't look good
Arsenal,
against Man
bro.
United? Let's be real.
What do you think, Inspans?
With all disrespect.
Oh,
Yeah, like a 4-0.
4-0, yeah.
And I mean it with
season's
all
back on
disrespect.
track,
You're
boys.
Sheffield, you are last.
You're gonna be relegated.
You're
Like, you don't deserve to be here even.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
look, Spansy, while we're on you, brother, let's get into Liverpool.
Yeah.
They won the Merseyside derby.
Merseyside derby on a standard. No, I'm joking. It wasn't a
Mhm,
standard
mhm.
thing. So it was quite a difficult game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Saw some highlights, but because I was at work.
But look, in terms of derbies, it's not the most high profile. With all due respect.
Yeah. With all due respect, yeah, the friendly dog. But yeah, I got some points in my fans.
Mhm.
Nice.
So like,
Nice,
and you know
nice,
me,
nice.
I'm
You don't
committed
touch
to that.
that team.
I'm committed to that team. You know?
Yeah.
Shout out
And
Virgil.
at
Shout
this
out
point, I
Virg.
think they committed to you,
Yeah,
Spurs.
Shout out
shout out
Virgil.
Virg, my captain, and my Allison. You know the clean sheets. We love that shit. And then obviously King Mo Salah just popping it.
Yeah.
Dude, so consistent, eh? What the fuck? Like,
Hero.
Like if you look at his numbers this season, it's just like
Yeah.
I
just
think
look
I-
again.
It's
and
very
just like
silent.
it's-
He's
it's-
been very
it's
silent with it.
flipping Mo. bro.
Salah's gotten a goal or an assist in his last 13 Premier League games. That is
Damn, that's
insane,
consistency.
dude.
And then
Yeah. And his age
and
also.
Darwin's also not doing too badly with
He's
his goals
fine.
and
He's
his
playing with a
assists.
smile
And
on his
all
face, bro. Love
assists
to
are
see it.
Fucking to Mo.
To Mo, I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
a stat as well. Like, literally every single one of Nunes' assists has been Mo.
Yeah.
They've
Love
got
to
a
see
nice
it.
connection between the two of
so
them.
that's we in a good space.
Nice 2-0. Nice 2-0 win there. You obviously got Europa League action tonight,
Yeah.
bruh, against Toulouse.
Yeah, you know, in that orange branding, you know.
It's at home. It's at Anfield. You're at least not having to travel.
European night, on a
How you
Thursday.
feeling?
I mean, I don't know. Oh, against them,
Yeah.
Toulouse. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're obviously playing.
You're
to
playing
win,
to
innit? But yeah, I'm thinking like a young.
7-0.
Nah, not 7. But I'm
Close.
I'm hoping Darwin gets some goals.
Yeah.
And they play some of the youth team, like maybe
Mhm.
Yeah.
maybe Bassett.
Look, this
Ba-
weekend you
Bassett
guys are-
can come back in
Dude,
the
I haven't
side
seen
or something.
Bassett at all.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah,
This weekend is Nottingham Forest at home, so you can
Oh, that's
afford to
another
take
game.
them with
yeah,
that.
yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping there is some of the big guns. in.
Look, we do have to touch on. Did you see Kanate's almost red card in the Liverpool game?
When
Well,
Klopp took him off
like I
immediately.
said,
You said you didn't watch the game.
I wasn't able to watch the game.
Basically, Kanate on a yellow card,
Commits a second yellow card offence.
blatantly. The ref then says no, it's nothing, and Klopp subs him immediately.
Yeah, it was sus. And I think Klopp knew that there was a mistake made.
And he took advantage. And I think, rightfully so. I would have
Yeah.
done the same thing.
It's not his fault to
But-
do that the refs didn't do the jobs.
These refs, they need to. I mean, a couple minutes before that, or not a couple minutes, but before that, we did see Ashley Young go off with a second yellow.
That's also true.
Wha-
That's
like
also
how
true.
how the fuck is it so inconsistent that in the same game,
Yeah,
Yep.
dude.
Yep.
it's different.
No, it's
Literally in the
nonsense.
exact
It's
same
not gonna
game.
stop it until there's proper ramifications for it. You know what I mean?
And I think that happening literally just fucked Everton
They
up
can't just
completely.
have to
There was nothing
fucking-
Everton could do.
Send an apology every now and then, bro. Like,
Yeah, they must
that
put it
doesn't
next
cut
to on the table. You must put apologies.
Yeah,
must-
you
how
tell
many
you that shit up
points?
like
How many
bonus
points?
at the end of the
I
season.
honestly,
bro.
we might have to start doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
Fine.
just keep your own log in your head, bro, because this shit's
Nah.
changing every week.
It's bad, bro. But yeah, Sponge, you gotta put a score on the Toulouse
And
game.
then I said 4. Nah, I'm gonna go 3-0.
3-0.
And then
Nottingham.
against Notts.
I'd say 3-0.
I'm,
Nottingham Forest also at Anfield.
Yeah, I'm liking the clean sheets.
They are without our knee as well.
So I'm gonna go 2-0. We're not
I think another 3-0, bro. I think it's gonna be back-to-back 3-0s.
maybe maybe Jotson and Luis Diaz have a feeling they've been playing like they also sneaking around there, bro. Like just putting in the numbers, putting in the performances. So and we all know about that one goal that Diaz should have. So yeah, I think maybe another maybe a 4-0.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I think against Forest 4-0 is very fair.
Yeah.
I'll go 4-0 too. Yeah.
So 3-0 against Toulouse and 4-0 Forest.
Alright, I think it's fair.
Nice,
I think it's fair. And look,
nice
very
goal
quickly, let's
scoring.
end on some FPL because I know Ethan can't wait to talk about it. I had a mare of a week.
By the way,
I had a
I have 7.5 milli in the bank to make
So
some
you can
transfers.
basically extreme makeovers renovate that team, bro.
And I should because I got like 3 players on the bench that are all injured, and 2 in my starting. That
But
also
you can afford to
injured.
replace him.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
afford to
yeah.
replace
No,
him.
I got
Are there
finance.
any players that are you thinking of in your head right now that are gonna go into that team?
Well, Ben White's definitely gonna go in my.
Is it?
in my side? Yeah.
Sick.
To replace Shaw,
Okay.
and then
Tsimikas?
who's that?
From
I'm
the-
joking. I'm joking.
I mean, with
I'm
Robertson,
joking.
with
Nah,
Robertson
I
out.
can't have too many Liverpool players.
You can
I've got-
only have
I've
three.
got-
I've
you-
got-
okay,
I've got-
you stocked
I'm at
already.
I'm stocked.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
yeah, I must still think about my other defender.
But Ben White for sure in.
Yeah.
Nice, respect.
And then again,
Smart
not
move.
maybe Ferguson for Isaac. Or Isak,
Yes,
sorry.
because now that Welbeck's out, Ferguson will be playing.
That is true.
Yeah, Ferguson will be playing.
And then I must still decide on my other centre back.
Alright.
We'll see.
That's pretty good though. Those are 2 good subs.
Ethan,
Yeah.
you obviously shot all the way up to first.
Yeah, I had a fucking astounding week.
I think
dude.
you and I just traded places, bro.
Well, you traded places with whoever was in 4th. So
From first to fourth, it's tough out here, bro.
No, I had a very good week. I wanted to captain Salah. I forgot to click save.
Yeah.
So by default,
that happened.
Yeah, he had a sponsor.
That happened to me.
He sponsored
That
it.
happened to me.
look, Salah did. Obviously, I think he ended up getting 16 points, which is fucking huge. By default, though, my captain was Son, and he scored a goal and
Yes, he
got an
did.
assist.
Yes,
so
he did.
Son ended up still getting me 28
I
points.
captained Madison
He got a goal.
and the
He got a
substitution
goal and a
early.
sub. But I think what saved me was completely banking on Newcastle because my
Yeah.
defense is all Newcastle. I've got
Yep.
Pope, I've got Trippier, I've got Burn.
I also got burned, yeah.
And all of them
I got
got
burned.
mad points this week, dude. So
that's
I
true.
think for me, that was my safety, just banking on Newcastle. For this next week coming up, I'm going to click save. And I'm going to save Salah as captain. Against Nottingham Forest, it's a done deal.
Hey, man.
It's a done deal.
This week was a write-off for the zine. I hate you, bro. Man found me just to laugh at
Chad's
me.
up in second place
Just
now.
to laugh at me. But listen, we move. I'm going to make up for it. I'm confident in my team. We're going to make up for it. We're going to have to call it there, boys. Sponzy, very good having you back in the studio, bro.
Great to
We
be
should
back.
do this more
We should
often,
do this more
eh?
often, Spons.
Yeah.
We should do this more often,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
It
yeah.
kind of feels like you're a good fit around here.
Yeah,
brother.
I'll send the invoice.
Listen, thank you guys for watching the show. Thank you guys for watching the show. Already said that
Thank
shit.
you for
It's
watching
hot,
the show.
guys. It's hot. It's a very hot day in
Someone
the
got
studio.
caught with their foot.
Don't forget to. Oh yeah, we can do it. This is the podcast that never sleeps,
Damn.
y'all. Thank you for watching again. Please like and subscribe and let us know your predictions in the comments below. We'll catch you in the next one.
Damn, very cool. It's actually hot season.